a man trusted to protect America became the one who betrayed it. Robert Hanssen, an FBI agent, spent over 20 years selling secrets to the Soviets and later the Russians, right under his colleagues' noses. Today, we uncover how one quiet, church-going family man fooled US intelligence for decades. Early life. Robert Philip Hanssen was born in Chicago, Illinois in 1944 to a Lutheran family living in the Norwood Park neighborhood. His father, Howard Hanssen, was a Chicago police officer, strict, harsh, and often emotionally abusive. Those who later studied Hanssen's life believed that this difficult relationship shaped his need for control and secrecy. Hanssen graduated from William Howard Taft High School in 1962 and went on to earn a bachelor's degree in chemistry from Knox College in Illinois in 1966. After college, he tried to join the National Security Agency as a cryptographer, but was turned down due to budget limits. He enrolled in dental school at Northwestern University, but after 3 years switched to business studies. By 1971, he had completed an MBA in accounting and information systems and briefly worked for an accounting firm. But Hanssen's real interest wasn't in numbers or business. It was in systems control, secrecy, and access. In 1972, he joined the Chicago Police Department, working in internal affairs where he specialized in forensic accounting. It gave him his first taste of investigative power. 4 years later, in January 1976, he left the police to join the Federal Bureau of Investigation. That decision would change U.S. intelligence history forever. During his time at Northwestern, Hanssen met Bernadette Bonnie Walk, a devout Catholic. They married in 1968, and he converted from Lutheranism to Catholicism, a faith that would later play a complex role in his double life, the FBI years and first espionage. When Hanssen became a special agent in 1976, he was first assigned to the FBI field office in Gary, Indiana. 2 years later, he moved to New York City with his wife and their growing family. There, he worked in counterintelligence, building databases on Soviet intelligence operations. In 1979, Hanssen secretly approached the GRU, the Soviet Military Intelligence Agency, offering his services. His motive wasn't ideology, it was money. He wanted wealth and the thrill of secrecy. The information he provided was devastating. Among his earliest betrayals was the exposure of General Dmitry Polyakov, a top CIA informant who had passed vital intelligence to the United States. Polyakov was later arrested and executed, a loss that deeply damaged US intelligence. In 1981, Hanssen was transferred to FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C., and his new role gave him access to sensitive operations, especially those related to surveillance and wiretapping. By 1985, while working in the FBI's Soviet Analytical Unit, he once again resumed espionage, this time with the KGB, the second espionage cycle. On October 1, 1985, Hanssen mailed a letter to the KGB offering his services for $100,000 in cash, roughly $290,000 today. He revealed the identities of 3 Soviet double agents working for the FBI: Boris Yuzhin, Valery Martinov, and Sergei Motorin. All 3 were later recalled to Moscow. Martinov and Motorin were executed. Yuzhin spent 6 years in prison before being released in a political amnesty. Unbeknownst to Hanssen, Aldrich Ames, another American spy inside the CIA, had already given their names to the Soviets. Because Ames took the blame, Hanssen remained undetected, free to continue. In 1987, Hanssen returned to Washington and was ironically tasked with finding the mole who had betrayed Martinov and Motorin. In other words, he was assigned to find himself. Instead, he handed over his entire report, including the names of all Soviets who had secretly contacted the FBI, to the KGB. 2 years later, in 1989, Hanssen leaked details of Operation Massint, a classified program involving electronic and satellite intelligence. He also exposed a top-secret tunnel project beneath the Soviet embassy in Washington, which the FBI had built for eavesdropping but never used. For this betrayal, he received $55,000, equivalent to about $140,000 in today's money. That same year, he compromised an FBI investigation into Felix Bloch, a State Department official, suspected of spying for Moscow. After Hanssen warned the KGB, they cut off contact with Bloch and the US investigation collapsed. Bloch was never charged. Even when suspicions briefly surfaced in 1990, after his brother-in-law Mark Wack, also an FBI agent, reported strange behavior and unexplained money, no one followed up. The mole hunt continued, but Hanssen remained invisible. Modus operandi. Hanssen's spycraft was rooted in simplicity and control. He never met his Russian handlers in person, except for one failed meeting in 1993 in the Russian embassy parking garage. The FBI later confirmed the Russians never knew their mole's real name. Operating under the alias Ramon Garcia, Hanssen used dead drops to exchange secrets and money, leaving packages in parks, under bridges, or inside trash bags. He insisted on picking his own drop, locations, and even created a secret code by adding 6 to every date and time he disguised, communication schedules. But despite his caution, he sometimes slipped. In one letter to the KGB, he joked that they should run their organization like Chicago's Mayor Richard J. Daley, a clue that could have easily linked him to Chicago. He even suggested that his handlers recruit one of his closest friends, a US Army colonel. Another reckless move that could have blown his cover, the faithful family man. To those around him, Hanssen looked like the perfect Catholic husband and father, he and Bonnie. Hanssen had 6 children and were deeply involved in Opus Dei, a conservative Catholic organization. His sons attended the Heights School in Potomac, Maryland, while his daughters studied at Oakcrest School for Girls in Virginia, where Bonnie taught theology for years. He attended daily 6:30 a.m. Mass for more than a decade. Priests and fellow parishioners described him as quiet and devout. After his arrest, Hanssen claimed he had confessed his espionage several times to priests, though under Catholic law, confession is sacred and cannot be reported. Yet beneath that disciplined image, Hanssen lived a disturbing double life. He secretly arranged for his close friend, Jack Hoskower, to watch him and Bonnie during intimate moments through their bedroom window. Later, he installed hidden cameras and shared the footage with Hoskower without his wife's knowledge. He also formed an unusual friendship with a DC stripper named Priscilla Sue Gailey, the fall of the mole. By the late 1990s, suspicions within the FBI grew stronger. Analysts noticed that information leaks didn't align with Ames's activities. A new mole was suspected. In 2000, the FBI finally obtained a piece of evidence, a plastic bag used in a Russian dead drop containing fingerprints matching Hanssen's. On February 18, 2001, Hanssen was caught red-handed at Foxstone Park in Vienna, Virginia, placing a package of classified documents under a wooden footbridge, one of his favorite drop sites. Agents surrounded him as he tried to walk away. Calmly, he said, "What took you so long?" His arrest stunned the FBI. He had been betraying America for over 22 years, selling some of its most guarded secrets to both the Soviet Union and Russia for more than $1.4 million in cash and diamonds. Hanssen pleaded guilty to 15 counts of espionage in 2001 to avoid the death penalty. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole, serving his time in a maximum security facility in Florence, Colorado. After more than 2 decades in solitary confinement, Robert Hanssen was found unresponsive in his cell on June 5, 2023. Attempts to revive him failed. The autopsy confirmed colon cancer as the cause of death. He was 79. His quiet death marked the end of one of the darkest chapters in American intelligence. What do you think led Hanssen to risk everything for secrets? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.